In Hollywood, you can spend decades building your reputation, but it only takes seconds to destroy it. One wrong sentence, one heated moment, one truth told at exactly the wrong time. Today, we're breaking down the interviews that ended careers, the moments when celebrities said something they could never take back, and the devastating fallout that followed. Because here's the thing, these weren't accidents. These were self-destructions, caught on camera for the world to see. A-list celebrities at the peak of their power, making millions per project with the entire entertainment industry at their feet. And then, in one unguarded moment, they threw it all away. May 23rd, 2005. Tom Cruise walks onto the set of the Oprah Winfrey Show. At this point, he's one of the biggest movie stars on the planet. Mission Impossible, Top Gun, Jerry Maguire. He's been Hollywood royalty for over 2 decades. Studios build entire franchises around him. He's there to promote War of the Worlds. Standard press tour stop? This should have been the easiest interview of his life. But what happens next becomes one of the most infamous moments in talk show history. Cruise starts talking about his new girlfriend, Katie Holmes, and then he loses it. He jumps on the couch. He's screaming. He's shaking Oprah. He drops to one knee, declaring his love like a teenager who just discovered feelings for the first time. The audience doesn't know how to react. Oprah looks uncomfortable, and America is watching this thinking, what is happening right now? Within hours, the clip goes viral. News stations play it on loop. Late-night hosts mock it relentlessly. Saturday Night Live does sketches about it. Suddenly, Tom Cruise isn't America's leading man anymore. He's a punchline. But here's where it gets worse. 3 weeks later, he goes on the Today Show with Matt Lauer. Someone should have told him to lay low. Instead, he doubles down. He's arguing about medication, psychiatry, and Scientology. He's telling Matt Lauer, a respected journalist, that he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's dismissive, condescending, and the public turns on him completely. War of the Worlds still makes money because it's Steven Spielberg, but Mission Impossible 3 underperforms. Paramount executives start questioning whether Tom Cruise is still bankable. For the first time in decades, his star power is in doubt. It takes him years to recover. He has to completely rebrand, do his own stunts, literally risk his life on camera, breaking his ankle, hanging off planes at 15,000 feet, holding his breath underwater for 6 minutes. And even now, nearly 20 years later, many people still picture him jumping on that couch before they remember any of his actual performances. One interview, one moment of unfiltered enthusiasm, and a career that had to be completely rebuilt. But at least Tom Cruise was being himself. Some celebrities destroyed their careers by attacking the very projects that made them famous. Katherine Heigl was one of the biggest stars on television. Grey's Anatomy made her a household name. She won an Emmy in 2007. She was booking major movie roles. Knocked Up became a massive hit. Hollywood was positioning her as the next Julia Roberts. Everything was going perfectly. And then she opened her mouth. In 2008, Heigl withdraws herself from Emmy consideration, releasing a statement saying she wasn't given the material this season to warrant a nomination. She publicly said the writers of the show that made her famous weren't good enough. While she was still on the show, while they were still paying her millions per season, Shonda Rhimes, the creator of Grey's Anatomy and one of the most powerful people in television, took note. You don't publicly embarrass Shonda Rhimes and expect to keep working. But Heigl wasn't done. She then promotes Knocked Up, which makes over $200 million worldwide, and in an interview with Vanity Fair, she calls it a little sexist. She says it paints women as humorless and uptight. The director, Judd Apatow, fires back publicly. He says she should have raised concerns during filming. Hollywood takes note. Katherine Heigl bites the hand that feeds her. Within a few years, she's off Grey's Anatomy. Her movie career stalls completely. Directors don't want to work with her. She gets a reputation as difficult, ungrateful, unprofessional. She spent the last decade apologizing, doing interview after interview saying she was young, she made mistakes, but the damage was done. She works on smaller projects now, streaming shows, nothing close to what she had, and she wasn't the only one. Just a year later, Another actress decided to publicly trash the blockbuster that made her famous. Megan Fox was the breakout star of Transformers. Michael Bay's franchise made her one of the most searched names on the internet. She was on every magazine cover. She was being called the next Angelina Jolie. Then in 2009, she gives an interview to Wonderland magazine, and she compares Michael Bay to Hitler. Not a difficult director, not demanding. Hitler. She said he wants to be like Hitler on his sets, and that he is like that. Steven Spielberg, who produces Transformers, reportedly calls for her firing. Michael Bay writes a blog post with crew testimonies defending him, and Megan Fox is written out of Transformers 3. Her character is killed off-screen. She's replaced by a model with no acting experience. Her career as a blockbuster leading lady ends overnight. The Hitler comment cost her hundreds of millions in potential earnings. The Transformers franchise went on to make billions without her. The pattern is clear. You can criticize Hollywood, but if you attack the specific projects that made you successful while you're still benefiting from them, Hollywood will make sure you never get that opportunity again. But what's even more disturbing are the celebrities who completely lost control on live television. February 2011. Charlie Sheen is the highest paid actor on television, making almost $2 million per episode on 2.5 Men. CBS built their Monday night lineup around him. He is untouchable. Then he starts giving interviews that are unlike anything anyone's ever seen. He's on ABC News ranting about being a warlock with tiger blood. He's on TMZ screaming about winning. He's doing live streams from his living room surrounded by women he calls his goddesses. He's calling out Chuck Lorre, the creator of his show, by name. He's burning every bridge in Hollywood in real time. The internet explodes. Winning becomes a meme. But behind the viral moment, this is a man clearly in crisis, and CBS is watching their biggest star implode on national television. Within weeks, CBS fires him. 2.5 Men continues without him, bringing in Ashton Kutcher. The show goes on for 4 more seasons. Charlie Sheen launches a live tour called My Violent Torpedo of Truth that bombs. His asking price drops from $2 million per episode to nobody wanting him. Years later, he admits he was in a bad place, that the interviews were fueled by substances and ego and a breakdown he couldn't control. But by then, it was too late. Those interviews became his legacy. Charlie Sheen at least had weeks of escalating behavior, multiple warnings, multiple chances to stop. But what if you could destroy a multi-million-dollar career even faster? Roseanne Barr proved it was possible. May 2018. The Roseanne Revival is the biggest show on television. 18 million viewers for the premiere. ABC gambled on bringing back a sitcom that had been off the air for 20 years, and it paid off. Roseanne is back on top. May 29th, 2018. At 2:45 a.m., Roseanne sends a racist tweet about Valerie Jarrett, a former senior advisor to President Obama. By morning, it's everywhere. By noon, her co-stars are condemning it. By 2 p.m., ABC cancels the show, less than 12 hours from tweet to cancellation. ABC eventually brings the show back without her. It's called The Conners. They kill off her character with an opioid overdose. Roseanne gets nothing from it. She has to watch as the show she created goes on without her. She tries to explain it away. She says she was on Ambien. She says it was a joke. She says she didn't know Valerie Jarrett was black. None of it matters. One tweet ended everything. So what makes these moments different from regular scandals? With most celebrity controversies, something happens to them. A leak, a photo, an accusation. They're reacting to something external. But these are self-inflicted. They walked into interviews voluntarily. They sat down in front of cameras, knowing they were being recorded, and they said it anyway. Tom Cruise chose to jump on that couch. Katherine Heigl chose to insult her writers. Megan Fox chose the Hitler comparison. Charlie Sheen chose to go on TV in that state. Roseanne chose to send that tweet. These were choices made in the moment that had permanent consequences. That's what makes them fascinating. Because we all wonder, would I have realized what I was about to lose? Would I have stopped myself? The truth is, they probably knew it was risky, but they did it anyway. Because in that moment, saying what they felt was more important than protecting their careers. And the results tell you everything about Hollywood's tolerance. Some recovered. Tom Cruise rebuilt through sheer willpower and death-defying stunts. Megan Fox found a new lane. Charlie Sheen works occasionally. Others never came back. Katherine Heigl's movie star dreams are gone. Roseanne lost her legacy show twice. Isaiah Washington's Grey's Anatomy career ended over one word backstage. The interview chair is dangerous. You can't edit yourself in real time. You can't take it back. Once those words are out there, they're permanent. They live forever on the internet. They get replayed. They get Mehmed. They become your legacy, whether you want them to or not. One interview, one sentence, one moment of honesty, ego, anger, or insanity. And careers worth hundreds of millions of dollars gone. That's why today's celebrities are so careful. Why they have PR teams in the room. Why every answer feels rehearsed. Why you rarely see genuine emotion anymore. Because they've seen what happens when you speak without thinking. So, here's my question for you. If you were in their position, knowing your career was on the line, would you have stayed silent? Or would you have said it anyway? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this video showed you a side of Hollywood you hadn't seen before, hit that like button and subscribe to Breaking Hollywood. We're exposing the moments the industry wishes you'd forget. And remember, in Hollywood, your biggest enemy isn't the paparazzi, the tabloids, or the critics. It's the microphone in front of you and the words you choose to say into it.